Come in.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm not too bad. How are you
I'm well,
doing?
thanks. So you're okay?
Yeah, I'm not very good with directions, so I had a bit of a hard time, but
That's all right. Yeah,
yeah.
have a seat.
Okay.
Yeah. My name is Vinay. Nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
nice. And I'm Rona.
Nice to meet you
Nice to
too.
meet you.
Are you a fan of anything? Are you dealing?
What am I a fan of? I like good music.
You like the music? What kind would that be?
I like the I guess like the 70s Led Zeppelin and
Oh,
the
that's
Beatles
nice.
and that who are from the 60s. I like I don't know, classic rock.
All right.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming in today.
I thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
happy.
really encouraging thing to do, and it takes a lot of patience to come in.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Yes, I'm happy that you were able to make time for me.
Yeah. So I'd just like to introduce you to this client acknowledgement form.
Okay.
So everything is confidential.
Right.
But we only have 4 cases where we have to put out your confidentiality, and that'll be if you have suspected of harming yourself, suspected of a professional abuse, subpoenaed by court, or if you've been sexually assaulted. Is that all right?
That's fine.
All right. So can you just sign this over here?
Surely.
All right. All right, thank you. What brings you in today?
Well, I'm having a really bad time with stress. I'm going to college, and as you can see, I'm not fresh out of high school.
Yep.
I have a chronic illness as well, which makes stress. I have bipolar disorder.
Okay.
So I've had a really hard time just the past few weeks, kind of keeping it together, and I had to take a couple of weeks off school. And I came back, and I was only here 3 days, and it was like I was overwhelmed because not only was there so many assignments due, was trying to catch up with everything I missed.
Oh, wow.
So I ended up just having I don't even know what to call it. Like I felt like I was gonna just totally go off the edge. And so a girlfriend of mine happened to phone, and we talked together, and she just said, "Rona, it shouldn't be like this." So I decided something I had to give, so I dropped out of my placement, which I feel kind of bad about, but I am with, there's a place at school called the Access and Support Center, and because I have a disability, I'm able to take a little longer to get through school.
All right.
So it's just, working with the stress, understanding how to get through it, whatever, because I do tend to worry a lot and stress out a lot. So I really need help with that.
So may I ask, what program are you taking? Is it a heavy course or is it
Social services
social
worker,
services?
yeah.
I've known people that have taken it, and I know it can be a lot of counseling, a lot of interactions, a lot of hands-on.
Yes.
So I know that it can be pretty heavy. So you mentioned that you're taking your placement during the summer. Is there a reason why? Or were you dropped out of your placement? Is there a reason why?
No, I was just so stressed out. I had to let something go.
You had to let something go.
Yeah, I just couldn't deal with everything. After getting back from being sick and 3rd day in, I was so stressed from all the assignments that were due. Trying to catch up with school. Like some classes I missed 3 weeks of, some I missed 2. I just was feeling like overwhelmed.
And have you made any arrangements to maybe take your placement another time? Or
Yeah, I did. I dropped my placement.
But are you going to make up for that next
Yeah, I have to meet with my student advisor, but I plan to do it in the summertime.
Oh, okay. And you mentioned that you're having a hard time coping with stress due to the amount of assignments?
Well, yeah, I just worry a lot. And, I just thought I should come talk to a professional and
I'm glad that you did come
see
in.
what you might be able to suggest.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know.
glad you did come in. So you mentioned that you're aware of the access and support center at your school.
Yes.
So as in terms for yourself, have you maybe thought of getting a planner or maybe an agenda? So maybe you can maybe timely organize your amount of tests and assignments and the amount of things that you're coping with.
Yeah, I do have everything written down that's due. And that's what I was doing on last Wednesday night, and that's when I kind of started going, oh my god, I can't handle all this.
Oh wow.
It just all seemed too much. But I kind of rewrite things a lot. I'm not using my day timer as such. I write down every day what's due, like in order of date, what's due.
All right.
And then as I get through things, I reorganize it. And I keep a lot of notes. I'm not one for keeping notes on my computer. But then I go by class, what's due. And then I kind of then I prioritize and see what's the most important thing to get started. So I think I'm quite organized in
You're
that
quite organized in
department.
that term. And
Yeah.
so you're up to date on assignments and you're up to.
I am so far.
So the thing that seems to be stressing you out, is, if I'm hearing this correctly, is that it's just the amount of workload that you have and the amount of.
And still trying to catch up with missing the time I missed.
In terms of placement, or is it in
No, in terms of school.
in terms of school?
Yes.
All right, sorry about that. But if
Yes.
it's schoolwork that you're concerned about, so maybe if it's.
But it's not just the work, it's the 2 to 3 weeks that I missed, trying to catch up with that as
Due
well.
to your sickness and due to your illness, is
Yes,
that what you're concerned about?
Yes.
So have you tried maybe speaking to your professor at all, or maybe talking to your professors about in terms of?
Yes, I have, and I have been very supportive, and giving me like a bit of extensions and whatnot. But I'm a worry. I need to know how to stop worrying.
Yeah, that can be a very troublesome. So maybe if you, well, you have let's jump to some positives over here. At least you have some extended time to get some
Yes.
assignments done. So that way, at least you don't need to worry about the due date, and you at least have some extra time.
Well, not a lot of extra time.
But
Like
as compared to other students, you still have
I
that.
was given 1 week on one assignment, and another teacher put my test off for 1 day, which really helped me out because it was 3 tests in a row, and I have a hard time, too much information. So that way, the other 2 tests are over with, and I can concentrate on studying for the one test. But then there's still so many assignments, and
Well, at least you're getting that amount of extra time to prepare for tests rather than having a test one after the other. At least you have.
well,
that.
that was just one test, and
No, just one test.
and
So,
that'll be over with this week. But
so there's a positive.
but
Right?
I still worry. I'm just worry.
But at least you have that test over with. At least you have that extra time
Yeah,
to
I'll be
study
happy
for it.
to have the tests over with, and but I even worry about my kids. I worry about my mom. I just worry.
And what seems to be bothering you in terms of your kids and your mom? Is there?
Well, nothing. I think I sometimes make my own problems. I have to learn how to stop worrying.
Well,
My dad was a worrier, and I don't know if that's genetic, but
maybe it could be, but
I need to know how to stop worrying.
but if you look at it, worrying about someone means that you care about them.
Yes,
So maybe that's just your personality. Maybe it's just in your nature to worry about your
it
children, worry
is.
about
That's
your
what my
mom.
doctor says. It's just in my nature, and we've worked many years on this problem, and I still.
And now, does your mom live with you, or does she?
No, my mom's in a long-term care facility now, so that's definitely alleviated a lot of stress.
That's another positive. At least she's
Yes.
in good hands. At least she's taken care
She's
of.
been
She's
well
getting.
looked after.
She's getting proper food, and she's at least has a good home to at least rest in.
Yeah, it was getting too much for me looking after my mom. We were living together, and so that's.
And now, in terms of your children, is it, are they younger or they older? Or?
Well, no, they're in their 30s, but my younger daughter just, oh, she works so hard, and I worry about her. She just spends so many hours traveling and catching up with work, and I worry about her because she's had situations in her past, and
But at least she has a good career, and on the bright side, you do have to care about yourself as well. You gotta have some
Yeah.
self-care, because if you keep worrying and worrying and worrying, where does that leave time for yourself to
yes,
balance your schoolwork, balance the amount of tests coming up, the balance the amount of assignments coming up?
yes.
So
And actually, my younger daughter is married now, so she has a husband to look after her. I don't see this as I just worry.
Well, maybe
I
sometimes,
need some tips on.
well, maybe it's sometimes good to stop worrying. And
I agree, but I don't know how to do it.
have you tried maybe talking to your mom, and if she can, because some otherly advice could maybe come in handy if.
Well, my mom's not really totally with it anymore. Like she's kind of not her I don't know how to describe it. Like to talk to my mom, she's not totally there anymore.
Oh, okay.
You know, like I don't think she'd be up. I don't think she'd know how to.
And now, do you have any support?
Yeah, I do. I've got a lot of friends that are always looking out for me and looking after me. And
So at least that solves some of your worries and
Yeah.
problems, because
Yeah,
at least you
there-
have the right.
I have fantastic support. I've got
So there you
good
go.
friends.
So you have the support behind your back. So if anything comes towards your way, at least you have something to rely on. At least you have someone to have your back.
Yes, but I still need to stop this worrying
Hmm.
because it's not healthy for me.
It can be healthy in a way.
No, this is not healthy. I end up getting sick.
You end up getting sick, but with you worrying, at least you can focus on future assignments and future tests, and maybe have you
Not when
tried.
I'm all worried.
Have you tried maybe completing assignments ahead of time?
Yeah, I am doing that now. But I still worry. I find things to worry about.
Have you maybe considered, so have you been doing assignments ahead of the due date? So get them out of the
Yeah.
way, so maybe at least it doesn't worry
But
you.
it's not even just assignments. I've always been a worrier. I worry about things all the time. I need to stop this.
So have you maybe talked to yourself about it? Maybe talk to you about why you're like worrying all the time? Or is it just,
My doctor seems to think it's, he gives advice and whatnot, but it's just, and that's why I came to see you, just to see if you might be able to offer some other suggestions, because it just seems to be part of my nature.
so maybe could you outline some of your biggest worries that have been worrying you right now, rather than keeping them all to yourself in your mind about.
I should do what, sorry?
Outline some of the
Oh,
biggest
like write
worries.
them down?
Yep, and maybe put them in priorities in regards to what's your biggest worry and how you can maybe set a goal towards.
That's a really good idea. Like, I do write down all my notes of when things are due, but I don't sit and prioritize my stress level.
Because sometimes it's good to maybe just sit alone, maybe just evaluate the amount of worrisome that you have, and maybe put them in chronological order and at least
As
target.
opposed, and worrying. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then how would I deal with that once I've got them all in order?
Well, once you have them in order, then at least you can at least look at what's your biggest worry and target towards them. So say if your biggest worry right now would be to get your test done, and the second one would be to care about your mom. So maybe you could target your school first as a priority, and then you know that your mom is in good hands at a nursing home.
Yes.
So that's another thing off of your chest.
Yes.
Daughters have your support, your family has your
Yes,
support.
they do. I had another big worry, and that's looked after now too. I had to, my mom, and I live with my mom in her condo,
Yeah.
and it has to get sold to, help pay for bills. And I didn't know where I was going to go.
Okay.
I had one friend that offered me to go, but that was not the right decision. And it's so expensive to get places. But anyways, that has been sorted out now. With a friend of mine who's offered me to come live with her.
That's
So
good.
I've got that big worry off my chest. So
At least that's another worry off
yes,
your chest.
yeah,
At least you
I
have a
have to write things down. And do you have any suggestions of things you've found have helped with any of your other clients?
Well, maybe in my past clients, I've heard they've got an agenda, which you mentioned that you already have. Have you dealt with any problems? Do you have any coping skills that maybe you've tried
Well,
that?
that's what I'm asking. If you might be able to tell me something that I haven't tried yet.
Have you tried maybe, well, I mentioned that you can, have you ever sat alone and actually tried to just think it for yourself about what you can do for yourself rather than
Like meditating kind
like
of thing?
meditating, like yoga sort of thing? How
Yeah, I've started and stopped so many times with meditation, but that might be a good
that's a
thing
little
to.
relaxation exercise,
Yes,
or maybe
yes.
even a little bit of stretches. So if maybe you can relax your mind, and it can maybe help ease your mind about how
Yes,
you can go towards things.
that's some good ideas. Some good advice.
Because that's something that actually hasn't happened towards my previous clients. I haven't mentioned that, so it's a new technique for even for myself to tell you that.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
All right. So would you like to come back and see me at all?
Yes, I would. I
Yeah.
really would, yes.
Yep. So what time best suits for you?
Maybe the same time in maybe 2 weeks, and just give me a chance to try to work through some of these techniques. And
Okay. And if there's any goals that maybe we can plan and talk about, if you want to set in go towards any goals that you would like to do for yourself.
well, I think I would like to try to make this meditation a bit of a habit, you know. And I think if I'm doing this, that will help the stress relief.
Okay, and maybe towards your meditation, how often would you like to do it? How often would you like to, is it everyday factor? So maybe your meditation, how often?
Maybe I'll start trying once a day.
Once a day? Okay, every single day?
I know on YouTube they have guided meditations. I might try that. I don't think I could just sit alone by myself.
Maybe you can have a partner. Do you have any friends that maybe that, or,
No, I think meditation I think is better. I want to do it by myself, but to just sit and try to think, I don't think I do that. I think I'll maybe try. Yeah, YouTube has guided meditations.
because you mentioned that you're staying over at your friend's house. So maybe if, or you think you
No,
have,
she's not the type to meditate.
No?
No, she's not a tree hugger.
so where are you thinking of doing a meditation? Would it be at,
In my bedroom.
in your bedroom at your
Yeah.
friend's place?
Yeah.
All right, and so you're saying that you don't want anybody to be around you. Is that correct, or is it?
Well, no, it's something I think to meditate you need to be on your own.
All right, so maybe you can bring that address to your friend, maybe that you're living with, and at least she can at least maybe not interrupt you when you.
Yeah, they're making it very private for me because they know I need my school time, and they're very good friends, and they're.
All right, that's
Yeah.
very good. And now you've mentioned that your daughters are in their 30s, so do they suffer from worrying as well, or do they?
Not really, but there's been issues, you know, and I'm just a worrywart.
So have you tried asking them maybe asking her how she copes with certain things, and maybe you can find out different.
I know my youngest daughter exercises and goes to yoga.
Okay. So
That's I really should do, but I've had a knee problem and it's really. I had like a minor surgery and then I had a cortisone shot and it just hasn't been right since. And
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. But I can walk. There's no reason I can't walk.
Okay.
And, you know, I've been thinking. I I'm a procrastinator.
So
at
maybe
times.
even nature walks could maybe help.
Yes. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, so maybe just get some fresh air, maybe just go for a walk and just
Yes,
ease your mind.
that's a really good idea.
So there'll be a date that I would like to.
Yeah, I think maybe 2 weeks
2 weeks
from today,
from today. All
and
right.
then I can check in with you what I've managed to.
All right. So I'm just gonna
Accomplish?
write that down over here.
Okay.
And here's my business card. I have my phone number over here as well,
Okay.
and the name of the clinic as well.
Thank you very much, Vinay.
You're welcome.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yep,
then.
you as well. You take care.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, get home safely.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye.